There's a place, a school, an institution where a professor resides. Listen to words of Professor Buitron.
Well, welcome back. This is 2021. We're in the new year. This is our first questions and viewpoints that we're going to give out on Mondays. And I just want to touch base that last year, 2020, was a year that was very troublesome to many. We were under a pandemic. We still are. We have some bright sides towards it. Now there's a vaccine. Now there's more mobility, that people are getting a little bit more, that herd immunity is going through. But last year, let's kind of ponder on that. I know many of us had some troubled times. Some of us, just like I am, a small business owner, we had some rough times, but we struggled through it. We helped out many. Others came and lend a helping hand, patting in the shoulder, saying, we're still here, we're still moving forward, which is reassuring to us all in general, because that means that you're not the only one struggling. But I also know that many families lost loved ones, and believe me, my heart goes out to you all. I've also lost some loved ones. I know what it is, and to lose somebody that you care about. And I hope that you all find peace. And I hope you all find peace in this new year. But let's take it with a different tone, a positive tone, a tone that we all need to reach out for and understand what we have. Cherish the moments that we do have. Embrace our kids, embrace our friends, those that are our friends. And we'll talk a little bit, because one of the questions was, Professor, is there any quotes or any sayings that are always around Savat and that you've held on to? And I thought about it, and this question came out about 2 weeks ago. And I'm going to go, and I put them down here on my phone, and I just kind of put the ones that meant something, and I'll explain to you all and see if you can get my point. Maybe you can ponder on a little bit of what they were trying to say. Savat has a lot of colorful characters in it, a lot of professors that have come and gone. And this particular professor, I met him back in 1990. Then again in 1992. The last time I spoke to him was in 2012, when I was going to do the documentary. And he's a legend in Vox Française. He became a senator of France, a French senator, and his name is Bernard Plazet. And he used to say, French boxing has this virtue: you learn about life helpfully and happily. And you know what? That is the truth, because within the gym, within each time I teach, or when I go abroad to teach, or when I took fighters to the ring, you did it happily and you did it helpfully. And we're always helping the community, especially Savateurs and whichever level. And we're doing it with enthusiasm and bringing in a positive note to the workshops, to the seminars, always aiding others. And that, to me, really is something that 2021 should look for, that we should start helping more others and smiling, because number one, we don't know what they're going through. I know what I'm going through. And we all kind of just put out a fake smile, but you never know what the others have. And we have to be good to one another. We have to do it, like you said, helpfully and happily. And that's a good essence for what a practitioner of Savateurs of Vox Française should be doing, and always looking to help, always looking to do it happily, not only in the gym, but in life in general. Another quote, and this is from one of boxing's legends, one of the heavyweight legends that we've always had. We all know who Mike Tyson is. I mean, he was a tremendous athlete, still is. He was an animal in the ring, best there was, and his technical ability, his athletic ability in boxing was unsurpassed. You know, and here's one saying that he always says: "Everyone has a plan until they get hit hard." That is true. You know, everybody has a plan until you get hit hard. In boxing terminologies, you have to train more. You always have to understand that strength in hitting and technique damages the opponent. But what does that tell us in everyday life? We always have to plan. We always have to have a secondary plan. We have to be ready for that one hit that hits us. You see, 2020 was a year that many of us were not ready for this. We never had seen it. We never saw it before. Our government shut a lot of us down. A lot of us are without jobs. Our businesses are no longer. Many of us have never failed in that sense. Now they're failing. They get hit hard. So that quote resonates a little bit. You know, that quote was from Mike Tyson. And remember, he was a tremendous athlete. The other quote is from Count Baruzzi. I knew the man, knew him very well. I used to spend Fridays with him. I used to walk him around, kind of take care of Count Baruzzi. This is a fact, 90, 91. Before he passed on, and before he got really ill in 92. And Count Baruzzi was an extraordinary gentleman. He had a different way of always presenting himself and carrying himself. And he was loved by Paris. He was loved by the people. He used to say this: in French boxing, the Savateurs in action is the image of a man in fullness of his physical and intellectual means. Imagine that. Physical and intellectual means. Savate is a science. Savate is a puzzle. It's a riddle. When you're in the ring, you're facing an opponent that has a similar skill as you do. And he's trying to figure you out, to knock you out. So you have to be steps ahead of him, not only physically, but intellectually, and be able to read seconds flat, and be able to move within those seconds and change the whole theory of the game and change the whole outcome. That takes note for life, you know, because there's a lot of people out there in life, whether in businesses or acquaintances and so on and so forth, that want to take advantage of it. They come to you with the wrong state of mind. And you have to have that savvy. You have to be intelligent enough to pick up that and move forward and not let people take advantage of it. And that, to me, that saying and how Way used to say it really resonates to me. And it's something that I carry forward with. And it's something that you all should ponder on a little bit. Next one. One of boxer from Britain, one of British heavyweights, Frank Bruno. This is true. Boxing is the toughest and loneliest sport in the world. Of course, all pugilistic styles, pugilism in essence is, if you're going to be a pugilist, whether Savate, boxing, Thai boxing, MMA, and you're going to be good at it, you will find out that your friends are going to leave you away, sideways. Okay, they're going to push you away, especially when you're training, when you're trying to achieve, when you're going up your goals, when you're fighting, when you're training, when your coach, your professor tells you, do not go out and party, do not drink, so on and so forth, and they invite you, hey, let's go have a couple of sundowners, let's go over here to the bar. Let's, you know, my girlfriend has a friend for you. It happens. It happens a lot. And guess what? You tell them, not today, I'm training for a fight. Okay? You become lonely. You come and you train. You end up meeting friends. You'll end up gaining new friendships, new brothers. A fellowship will emerge within the ring. Those that spar with you, and those that work out with you, and those that see you every day, those will end up becoming your new friend. So that quote means a lot. That quote hits hard with in the body. And this past year that we had, that happened. You know, a lot of people were left by themselves, and they had to fight it out by themselves. You know, and it's true. So understand that when you're striving and you're doing good and you want to do good, a lot of people might move away from you, or you end up becoming a loner, a lone wolf, you want to call that. Anyway, onward with the quotes. Another one comes from one of boxing great coaches, trainers, Teddy Atlas. You know, if you've seen him teach, if you've seen him on the corners, he's tremendous. I mean, that's what coaches should strive for, seconds should strive for. You know, you should learn, watch. When you're in boxing, when you're in Savate, when you're in the ring, when you're teaching, you're always learning. You don't only learn from your students, you learn from the others. You ask questions. And this is something that resonates. It's a good quote too. If you have an advantage, you have to take advantage of it. And that is true. If you have a talent, don't let it go to waste. If you're a good worker, good idea, don't let it go to waste. If you're working for a company and you stand up and you say, you know what, boss, I think if we do it this way, I found out that we can do less and we can spend less time and do more products. Guess what's going to happen? You're going to move up the ladder. So don't let your ideas go to waste. Don't let your talents go to waste. If you're a good student, don't spend it off drinking at a pub, going to nightclubs, chasing skirt. Go to school. Skirts will always be there. Vice versa, also women. It goes for you all as well. So that right there is a great quote by Teddy Atlas. The next one, it's not really a quote, it's more of an idiom. And my Sifu, my Keith C of Kempo, you know, I've done Kempo for a very long time. He would always say this to me. He'd say, baby brother, sometimes you have to learn to pick up the marbles and walk off the game. And that tone, his saying, me looking at him, it happens always. You know, I'm here and I listen to him when I'm about to go into a decision, or when I say, you know what am I going to do? Sometimes in business, sometimes you have to say, you know what, I'm not going to take that business deal. It's not good for me at this time. Or to tell one of your trainers, we're not going to go in the ring now. I'm going to stop training you. You're not dedicated enough. Don't be, as one that runs a school, do not be shy in telling somebody, you know what, right now is not the time for you to go to the ring. Learn more your basics. Train more. Learn to hit harder. Why? Because I care for you. Many gyms out there are going to put you up there the first time. Within a week of training, they already have a fight for you. That's stupidity. You know, and remember the saying, when in doubt, stop the bout. Don't hurt your boxer. The ego of the coach, the ego of the corner, ego of the professor should not harm the boxer. But many boxers are in the ring. Many competitors get hurt for the ego of the trainer. That's stupidity. Learn how to pick up those marbles and walk off the game. The next one, and you know, and this goes back to one of America's great, Jack Dempsey. A champion is someone who gets up when he can't. Imagine that. A champion is someone who gets up when he can't. Listen, 2020 has taught us that. Everybody's battling their own fights, their own wars. Those that are making progress, those small businesses that are moving forward, those martial arts schools that are continually open, is because they're getting up and they're doing something for them not to go under. They're becoming champions. and they're going to beat this battle of the pandemic. This can go with anything else. Don't give up. You're going to school. You have 2 more semesters. Keep on fighting. One day you have your degree. Okay? Keep pushing. Never quit. It's an excellent saying by Jack Dempsey. Here goes one from Kempo. Kind of falls along the same lines. You know, Grandmaster Ed Parker used to say, "He who hesitates shall meditate horizontally." You know, in a fight, it's true. If you hesitate in a block, you got hit, you went down to the ground. It's going to cost you. It can cost you your life. It can cost you being maimed. It will cost you. But such is in life. We don't have to put it all into fighting, right? Into self-defense, but in life as well. You procrastinate, people would beat you to it. You have a job, you're a seller, you see somebody walking out there, and you're sitting down and says, "Oh, well, that person's looking at the car. I'm going to wait until he comes in." Guess what? Your colleague already stood up and walked out in the parking lot and started shaking their hands. They already took your customer. Why? Because you were sitting down, you're procrastinating. It's an excellent saying. This 2021, this year, we shouldn't procrastinate. We shouldn't waste time. We shouldn't be thinking about what we're going to do. Why? Because others are already going to do it, and they're going to take that from you. The next one comes from a French champion of Savate, and then he became world champion of boxing. His name was George Carpentier. In fact, I have one of his original postcards up there. He was given to me by Camperucci. True story. He used to say this, and you see it differently in the quotes. He says, "Attack is only half of the art of French boxing." That's George Carpentier. You know, do not be too aggressive. Even though we're learning how to defend ourselves, learning how to fight, it's not for you to be aggressive. You have to use your head. Always on the offensive, you have to be on the defensive too. Understood? Just like Lombardi used to say, a good defense is the best offense. But what happens is, in life, if you're too aggressive, certain people might not want to do business with you. So you have to step back. Great quote. Great quote. You know, there's one left, and it's from a world champion boxer. And I was searching for some of the quotes, and I looked at it, and I read it. This is an excellent, excellent one to ponder on. Try to live by. And it says, "Rhythm is everything in boxing. Every move you make starts with your heart, and that's in rhythm, or you're in trouble. You know, everything you make starts with rhythm in your heart, and if you don't do it with your heart, you're in trouble." You know what? Absolutely. In training, in life, in work, in business, if you're not doing it from the heart, you're in trouble. Absolutely. You know, Sugar Ray Robinson was one of the best boxers there was. Learn from him. Learn from those videos. Go back. Look, if you're going in the ring, look back. Listen, it's hard, not only for those that are training, those that have schools, those that understand the essence of what running a school is or a small business. And by far, everybody that comes into contact with you has to understand that you're here and you're being serious enough to teach. You have an obligation. You have an obligation for them. You have an obligation as a service. You're providing a service. You're teaching others. People have faith in you. Understand that. So with those quotes, I wish everybody the best. I also want to thank you all. Our YouTube channel back in June had 173, more or less, subscribers. We've had a YouTube channel for many years. We really haven't paid attention to it. We just would stack videos there and save it more like a storage. Well, look where it's over here. You remember that demonstration, that workshop? Over here, we have a piece of it. So we started paying more attention, our team and I, and we started moving things around. And we went from 173, 75, more or less. And we hit a milestone, which was 1,000 last week. And I want to thank you all, because it's you all that makes this. Without your all's help, we would not make it. Let's just continue informing the lesser informed. Ask questions. Every Monday, I'm going to have either a question, whether a tactical question, a teaching question, a question on the history of Savat, how to run your school. We'll do a bunch of stuff. We have a lot of stuff planned for 2021. We have some Zoom seminars, not only workshops to learn technical stuff, but also stuff for motivation. We've got some good stuff planned. Once more, this year's going to be great. Until next time, peace.
Come train at the best kept secret of Laredo, Buitron Academy, 956-401-4868, Savate.biz.